Hey guys, my name is JT Palmer, FLW Touring Pro. Just got my boat wrapped here at Creative Edge Design in Alta Vista, Virginia. I'd say they're first class business, pleasure to deal with, and a great looking wrap. And if you're looking for somebody to do a wrap, I'd recommend calling them at 434-384-0628. Thanks guys.
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Ed Smith with TheBassCast.com, and today we're going to talk about deep summertime fishing in hot weather. A lot of lakes are different, but Smith Mountain is the exception to the rule. Sometimes on Smith Mountain you can catch the fish after the spawn is shallow, but more than likely they're going to get out on deeper points and structure. There's lots and lots of structure in the lake. There are a lot of humps, a lot of drop-offs, a lot of ledges, a lot of rock piles. A new technique that's come along in the last couple of years is absolutely a winning technique, and it's not hard to fish, but it's hard to master. It's called the drop shot. And we've won a lot of tournaments on that bait here in the last couple of years. The best bait for the drop shot is the robo worm. This worm is supple. It hangs on the hook very easily. You don't have to actually move the worm to get any action. All you do is drop your weight to the bottom, and the worm itself, just from the current, will move, and that'll make the fish bite it. A lot of times you don't feel a bite on this bait. You just feel a little heavy weight, or like a mush, and it might be some grass or moss or something on the hook. Most of the time that's a bite. And you don't really set the hook, you just kind of lift up on it. It's primarily a spinning rod technique, even though you can use casting rods. I actually started out using a casting rod with 10-pound test line, but I've since gone to spinning rods with 8-pound test, which seems to work better, especially in a little bit deeper water. And most of these fish we catch on this bait in the summertime are in the anywhere from 12 to 25 foot range. The hook that you use for it, the one that we like a lot, is called the rebarb. This hook has a little barb at the top of it that holds the bait on the hook very well. It won't slip down. Some people do use super glue to hold it on there, but you do not need the super glue with this hook. There's a new hook that's come out. It's made by VMC, and it's got a swivel built into the hook to keep line twist to a minimum. If you use an exposed hook, this works great. A lot of people do use this with just what's called a skin hook or a head hook, where the worm is just hanging off the bend of the hook and it's not exposed. On the rebarb hook, you use it Texas rig style. That way you don't get hung up. But this one will get hung if you're in some brush or something, or you bring it close to a pole or a piling or something, it can't get hung up. One of the other techniques that works real well in the summer is a speed worm. And we'll throw this bait in shallower water, beside docks and off of points and off of the laydowns and stuff. This is kind of a unique bait. It's got a big paddle tail on the back of it. It's not that big a worm. It's about 5 inches long, but it works well because the paddle tail displaces a lot of water, and the fish will come to it and bite it. It's a good technique for shallower water. Then the last technique that really works well is the new football head jig style of fishing. You use a jig like this, which is football head. You can go up to an ounce or ounce and a half on it, depends on the depth you're fishing. But we fish this on the original man's jelly worm in black or gray. And this technique is primarily used for 15 to 35 to 40 feet of water. We're fishing drop-offs on the edges of humps, we're fishing ledges, and we're fishing creek channels that's got stumps and bends in it. Well, those are the techniques I can tell you about fishing deep water, primarily at Smith Mountain, but it works at Bugs Island and Gaston also, and other lakes. But that's pretty much how we catch them at Smith Mountain in the summer. All of the techniques and tackle we've talked about can be found at the Tackle Box on Crowell Lane in Lynchburg. Stop in and see Marvin or Gene. Marvin will be able to help you, but Gene knows more about it than Marvin does.